Okay, late night on a Tuesday night? Or is it a Wednesday night? Good question. Anyway, get rid of that. This is a IC703, and it was one I was meaning to get to. I own a couple of these, to be honest, and I just haven't got time to get to this one. It's actually pretty clean, and as we'll show you, receives very well. But this one's going to be going out cheap for one of my technician type subscribers who likes having a bit of a play. This one's definitely low on power, and as you'll see when I hit a bit of FM there, we're getting very little power out of it, and it's not doing what it should do. But you know, drawing about just over an amp. Oh, so when I transmit, so it's not yeah, it's not well in that area. But the good news, I'll just put a signal in there. What am I on? 3.550. Hang on, if I come back there, it'll be faster. 3.550. If I do that, like that, and put some signal in. Hang on, got to hook it up. Hang on. Works a lot better when you plug a cable in. I was thinking this was just receiving. I actually was listening to it on air in the other room. I was thinking, what? Let's have a look. Just bringing that signal down. Oh yeah, look, there's 0.5 a microvolt. No, that's no problems. Receiving well. Yeah, so, okay, so what we've got is a IC703. Now, keep in mind, hang on, I'll turn that tone off. Get rid of that. Keep in mind, these were the ones that had the little internal tuner, so that little tuner would go da-da-da, and obviously run dummy load at the moment, although I run nothing before. Etc, etc. Go up there. Yeah, so it's just going to see the one-to-one dummy load every time there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit more power up there on that's interesting. Hello, hello. Yeah, see what I mean? Hello, hello. It's getting a good 4 watts. It's not getting its full, you know, probably 8 to 10 watts is what we'd normally see on these, and so it's not, you know, it's not a disaster. My guesses on what's going on with it, with the you know, past years on these things, it'll be either a driver or they run a couple of FETs at the end of it, low power FETs that one of them sometimes drops out. So look, it's not going to be a hard one, I don't think. I just, as I said, just battling to get time. Hello, 1, 2, hello, hello. Yeah, no, that's definitely getting some power, but and yes, I've checked the it's on high power. Don't worry. It's I was hopeful, you know, sort of, but no. Yeah, look, this might make a nice unit for someone to do a bit of work, but also get a nice cheap radio out of it, because look, these things, believe it or not, these things are pulling sort of $650, $700 when they're in full, you know, full compass mentors, everything's doing what it should do, etc, etc. And now keep in mind, this is not the plus. The 703 plus had 6 meters as well, so that was the difference between the plus and the non-plus. But you know, this I wonder if it transmits there. I'm on dummy load, guys. Hello, 1, 2. Oh, yeah, okay. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, it's getting actually a peak 5 watts just then. All right. Yeah, so it's just down. Look, the other thing too, it could be someone's been in and it needs alignment. That's the other possibility. I haven't even pulled the covers off this, so I'm really just trying to clear these benches, which, as you can see, the benches, anyone that's been up here recently, they're getting better. The floor's not, but the benches are. So anyway, that's good to see. Okay, well, I'll show you the bad bit now. This is not so good. All this has got to go out tomorrow. Out of this room, so that's going to be a little bit of carting stuff around it. Anyway, the benches look a little bit better, so you know, in the comments file, feel free to say how long will the benches stay that way, because that is the comment that I identify with the most, because I don't know what happens with these benches. It's like all of a sudden they get piled up with rubbish. Anyway, all right, so everybody wants to know the magic price, I suppose. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. You could literally look, I wouldn't suggest this, but you could literally feed this into a little 50 watt amp with 5 watts, and you know, it's a working transceiver. But the reason I wouldn't do that is that you know, let's say it was part of the push-pull pair at the from memory they used to use in the output. You know, you're probably putting a lot of strain on one of the devices. Best to work it out. Now, if it was just the driver that was giving you some trouble, and that's you know, very possible, then yeah, probably it would just keep working like that and run it into a little 50 watt amp. I should have tried that. I was only just sitting here thinking about this, but the minute I start doing things like that, let me just get it off here. That's better. By the way, yeah, okay, so it's been opened up, so you'll need to convert that back. Being sold as is, so just be aware. But the magic price, we're going to let this go out the door for $300 plus a bit of postage. So really, I think if you're a technician or you have a little bit of technical sense, and seeing that, you know, we're getting hollow, you know what's going on, I actually peaked 5 or 6 watts in. Yeah, and you want to have a bit of a play with it, well, for $300, seriously, look, I know the market extremely well, and $300 not a lot of money to pay for this thing, even as is. It'll, you know, you could argue that it's a suitable, what could you say, suitable receiver for that sort of money. But anyway, where's it going to go? Oh, upper sideband. Hollow. Yeah, about 5 watts there. 28.5. CW. Oh, hang on, not CW. Sorry. FM. Yeah, well, there's 5 watts of FM power there. 5 watts of FM. So, yeah, look, you know, you might get lucky in. I'm wrong. It's not an output or a driver. It's just, you know, this thing needs to be had a bit of a look at. As I said, the problem I've got is I've got 2 others of these, and I know where one came from because it came from a very good mate of mine from Turlin Antennas, and his is absolutely beautiful, and I've kept that for out in the museum building. Actually, that's absolutely beautiful. The other one I've got is one I used to use before I bought my 705, and I don't know, just never sold it. So there you go. Anyway, but this one came in as is, and once again, not going to muck around. This is going to be a cheapie for somebody that might want to have a bit of a play. So anyway, remember, when we send it to you, that's it. It's when it leaves here, it's gone. And you know, don't get me wrong. I expect that it does, you know, what we've just showed you here. But yeah, it's actually, let me just do a second receiver check. I'll go up to 28.5 and go there and hang about. Squelch. Going there, and what am I on? Oh, 550. I miskeyed when I put it in my analyzer. I put 550 out because I'm thinking, what is this tonight? Is it just that it's midnight, or is it? Oh. Anyway, take that down. Look at that. 0.5 a microvolt, so minus 111, and that's actually quite noise free. That's nice. That's very nice, actually. Seriously, that's really good. So the receiver on it, you know, and these things were always lightning hot. They're brilliant. I honestly think that people should be beating down my door to buy this thing. I don't normally say that, but honestly, I reckon if I spent an hour on it, I suddenly could turn this into a 650 radio. I just don't have the time, and I don't want to put the effort in right now. I honestly just going to be putting a few out like this where, you know, some of them have been sitting around for years. This one's not that case, but yeah. Anyway, let me finish up with IC703. $300. We get it in a post pack Australia wide, so allow $20 for a post pack to get it here. So for $320, I reckon it's a buy. It really is. We'll see what, you know, if it's up for sale in 2 months' time. We'll, you know, this video is going to look pretty stupid, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. No, look, this will sell. This will sell very easily. All right. Hope it goes to somebody that can use it. We're doing a video very soon, the comparison of the 703 to the 705, and that'll be an interesting one just to catch up with. You might find that, you know, you're spending a lot of money on the 705, where an old 703 is doing pretty much the same job. And yeah, don't get me wrong, a lot of modernisation in the 705 and a lot of really nice little things in it. And the 705 is obviously doing a few more bands, so not to put it down, I quite like my 705. So they're brilliant. Actually, I want to show you something soon. I had Frank VK2 Bravo Fox Charlie 3D print a panel for the 705, actually, hang on, let me show you now. It's probably not so silly. Now, I chose the colour, okay, so don't blame Frank. Frank said, what colour? I can 3D print any colour. And you might be looking at this and thinking, what am I looking at? Well, fair enough. This was a design that came out, it was on one of the 705 pages, and they actually gave you the file and everything. So I said to my good mate Frank, I said, look, whilst this is good, you know, it's not bad, absolutely. For when I'm really transiting this thing, I would love to have one of these on there, because I loved how it just gave this big physical barrier. And yeah, so get on to me if you want one of these. Frank can certainly 3D print them up, and I'm speaking on his behalf at the moment. He may say, Brenton, I'm really not that interested. But look, you know, I think they're a great idea if you've got a 705 and you want to protect that front. You know, especially when you're transiting and moving around the place. As I said, this is not bad, but, you know, it's not great. This is good. This is really a, you know, very nice way to just block out that whole... And you don't want to replace the screen on one of these, because it's a fairly easy job. It's just not cheap. So anyway, all right, back to the 703. And if Frank never talks to me again, it'll be because he doesn't want to print these things. But hey, I think you'll find that, you know, I reckon it'd be a great little market for those things, because, look, I have no idea what they cost to print up, because I'm not into 3D printing. But let's say, you know, Frank could make them up for 20 bucks or something. 20 bucks to save your screen. I'll tell you what, yeah, be worth it. All right, anyway, 300 bucks, 320 to your door. That's what we said, wasn't it? Yeah, 320 to your door. Wherever you are in Australia, you too can own this IC703 that just is a little bit down on power, but the rest of it, you know, 300 bucks, guys. Seriously, it's cheap. All right, 73s, lots more of this sort of stuff coming up, because I've got to get this out of here. Got to get a lot of it out of here. Lots and lots and lots of it out of here. There's a lot like this too, to be honest, which I just haven't had the time to get to. So get used to the I didn't get time to get to it. It's not an excuse. It's actually it's real. But yeah, but this is quite nice. It's in good nick, and I think well, good nick apart from 5 watts versus 10 watts, but still not too bad. All right, guys, 73s. It's midnight here in Tangam, Balanga. It's raining outside. I know that because I had one of my solder sucker tips die on me, and from over here on the Weller station, and I took it to drill it out. Sometimes you get away with saving them, so I drilled it out, but my drill went slightly, only a few millimeters to one side, went straight through the side of the thing. So a $35 tip that I was going to repair, suddenly I pulled out a new one and went and put it in the machine and thought I must be a bit more careful with those. They are, you know, look, all these tools that we use, and I've got a couple of different solder sucker tools. There's the Weller station, there's a Chinese one here, and quite seriously, they're all very good until they block up, and then, you know, so regularly, you've got to regularly clean them. So that's my message for the day on solder suckers. Anyway, manual or automatic, I suppose, the electric versus manual, the spring-loaded ones. Sometimes, you know what, sometimes these old things, for all the mucking around, that button doesn't look very good, does it? Oh, okay. Yep. Remember these? They still get me out of trouble at times. Anyway. All right, guys. 73s, VK3, Charlie Mike, Tangam, Malanga, Northeast Victoria.